Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, this is gonna be a really weird one, especially for my normal audience, but also I might be posting this up on like the Celsius subreddit where people may kind of relate. And if you guys want to maybe tell your stories or comments down below, feel free to, because this is probably not my usual typical content. I do a lot of gaming news, and a lot of just general like gossip and stuff like that. Nothing crazy, I just do it on YouTube and Twitch. And it's something that's fun for me. But what is not fun is this entire situation that we had to be involved in. So if any of you guys are my normal viewers, or like I said, someone new, take a little bit of a time to, I guess, appreciate the story and both the bittersweetness of kind of a really big trauma arc in my life being fully done. Now, if you guys don't know, and this is kind of a hard story to go talk about 3 years ago now, it's been an ongoing process for 3 years, and it's been probably one of the world's worst 3 years of my entire life, to the point where I was even in a like CoffeeZilla video. As of right now, this has over 5 million views. You guys can see me. Definitely look a little bit more chubby because there was a lot of trauma going on when this all going on in the first place. You probably go and tell. And well, it was a really bad situation. If you guys don't know, as I mentioned, I actually lost a lot of money, a lot of money over like $270,000. Do not get me wrong, that is a staggering amount in my mind, especially for everything I've done when it comes to content and Twitch or whatever. And my idea was always like, save as much money as I possibly could, try to go ahead and invest into like passive income, which was the idea that was sold on to for this like scam company Celsius that also Alex Mashinsky kind of ran. This was a big fraud at the end of the day, and he was sentenced. Like, this is gonna be the big, little bit of a yap, but it's a big, like, he is going to jail, which should be a win. I think it should be a little bit longer, but I'm going to take the small wins. I'm going to take the small dubs and appreciate this. We have a lot to talk about throughout this video. So subscribe if you guys want. Leave a like if you guys are even happy for me, I guess, at the end of the day. But this was probably the world's worst period of my entire life. Anyone who's familiar with my Twitch stream understands that I was on the verge. This is not fun. Anyone who's watching YouTube, I tried my best to hide it, but I had like a really horrible, like 2 month long period. Because if you guys don't know the entire story of what happened, basically, they were apparently insolvent, which means they didn't have enough money for people to get their money out. And then there was like a huge pause for around like a month and a little bit. And we were hearing rumors that like other big companies like JP Morgan might go and invest and save everyone. And, you know, there might be a good deal, or they're just maybe unwinding assets from other companies because they were meant to like loan out money, you know, like don't get me wrong. This is all my own fault, my own accountability. I take it, I process it, but it was like a scam. The company was taking money out. Like the CEOs were trying to go and sell like basically the equity they have, normal investors. They were using customer funds to go buy stuff and buy like crypto miners and just a bunch of stupid stuff that really did not work at the end of the day. And because of that, I lost a lot of money. Like, here's one of my Celsius accounts over here too. You guys can even see crazy amounts, and we didn't get it all back. At the time, there might be some more returns in the future. There might be more money over time. Like, they have a stock, but we can't even sell it. Like, that's part of like what we're supposed to get back. You know, like, it is what it is. Like, this was probably the world's worst thing that ever happened in my entire life. The only thing I've ever wanted in my life is a paid off house, because I like doing content, and I don't like the idea of always, you know, like, it's up and down. Life is always an up and down. Like, sometimes you make more money, you get some good sponsors, you get good ads or whatever, and sometimes you don't. And that's how the world works. And my life went to absolute shit. No beating around the bush. My life went horrible. And it was a bad situation. I complain about it a lot, and I'm going to try my best after this, because this is kind of a big closure moment for me to not complain about it anymore. Because while the situation could have been a lot worse, I guess, I don't know, this is a really bad time. He did eventually, finally, now go to jail. And it sucked. Like, my heart goes out to everyone who was involved in this one. I never would have expected this to happen. This is the weirdest video I'd ever make, and I never would have expected this to have happened in my life in the first place. But it kind of taught me a lot of stuff, that like money isn't everything. It's a lot and does help out a lot. And like just trust me, sometimes I'd rather have money, you know, I'm just saying. I think most people would, but it did kind of teach me like a lot of big lessons of there is more to life than money. As hard as that is to say, but I mean, that is 3 years of processing the stuff. And while thankfully I've gotten over it, I feel a bit better. I feel more loose about it. It's a bad situation. Like, there's still potential money coming back. Maybe there's a lot of people who've still been very hurt by it. And a lot of people right now are kind of celebrating the fact that Alex Mashinsky, the man who kind of was orchestrating all this type of stuff alongside with a few other people such as Daniel Leone, and like just a few other people in the big CEOs, well, he got sentenced to jail. Here's actually the guy himself. He's walking to his court. This is the man right here, right in the middle. And like, this was a few hours ago. He's no longer a free man, technically. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about this. It's crazy to know about this. It's crazy to understand that there was just so many people that were affected by it, myself included. Because like I said, I never would have thought it's a mistake. Like, I got lied to. It was fraud. It was manipulation. The DOJ and all these really big government bodies kind of slammed the hammer. The SEC, they were offering just, the high idea was they were like giving out loans to other big companies And then they would, if you make, say, like a 10% on a loan, they would give out 7% to like the customers because they're the ones who gave up the money. And then they make 3% profit. In theory, if it's done well, it is legitimate. That's what a lot of banks do. Think like just general banks, like houses, think car loans, think even things like student loans, or even the same exact concept for this for money. You can basically use like stocks for equity and you have a chance to like get liquidated if the stock goes down a bunch. It's a very normal process, although somewhat intricate. But the thing that was not true is that these people were just not good with money. They were betting against the market. They were losing tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars over time, paying all their employees. It was just horrible. And they were also siphoning out money. And no one knew about this. If I knew about any of this type of stuff, I would have never given them my money at all. I would have not lost a lot of money. And because of all this bad stuff that's happened, there's like a lot of trauma. Like I said, there is 5 million views. This is a really big deal in the crypto scene. I know crypto's a bit sketchy. Always be careful on crypto. But like, it was a big deal. Like there was just a lot. There was a collapse of this stuff. The market got liquidated. Like Tether himself, like a huge company, like stole like 60,000 Bitcoin, which might come back. Who knows? If you guys see me in like a random yacht in the Bahamas, you might understand it. But as of today, throughout my story, like it sucked. There is no beating around the bush. But I want to move on. Like even for my own content, my Twitch, YouTube, and just hopefully everyone together, because this is the kind of the final closure. Because the Celsius founder, Alex Mashinsky, receives now a 13-year sentence. He's a bit of an older guy. This might be not necessarily the rest of his life, but it's like when you're up there and you're in your 60s, it's, again, you're going to be, I think he's going to get out when he's like 71, 72. Like, I think he deserves more. Like, people died. People like, off themselves because of this. There's people who over time never got their money because there's a 3-year-long process. And if you have hundreds of thousands of people who were involved in a scam, they just never got it. There's been marriages that have been ruined. And obviously we all have to take a little bit of accountability for either trusting the actions or not vetting stuff or, like risk diligence. I completely understand. For some odd reason, people have been kind of mean about this online. Everyone in my community and YouTube have been great. So thank you guys. But like the guy was just a liar. He was a scammer. And this is why he's now going to jail. As of today, it's confirmed that he's going to jail. He has a 12-year sentence. Obviously saying Celsius founder Alex Mashinsky has been sentenced to 12 years for his role in Celsius' token manipulation, but won't be in prison until after his daughter's wedding, which is, I guess, nice for the judge, I guess, at the end of the day, but still kind of weird because this guy probably took away weddings, took away people's houses, first kids, stalled people's life plans, stalled my life plans for sure, and I think he got a little bit of a easy leniency, but I don't want to ish too ill will, but this guy probably deserves it just from this. It was billions of dollars lost. Like, I lost money. People probably watching this, if I seen these like telegrams or subreddits or whatever, probably lost money. It's a horrible situation. But basically there's just a lot of stuff out here. Like people have been kind of discussing this and talking about this stuff. It's out, like people are, yeah. So anyway, he has a few more months. He's trying to go to his daughter's wedding, I guess, whatever, that's fine. But yeah, they said a 15-year sentence for a 60-year-old combat veteran would be too much, although this was not in the United States government. I do respect people in, not the government, in the military. This was not in the United States military, which is one on the weird end, but if that's the judge, how they see it, that's how they see it. They're saying I never want to hurt anyone. I know victims want to see me punished. I think this was a big lie. The guy himself, this guy was like trying to, after his bankruptcy was all undone, like his wife was selling shirts called Unbankrupt Yourself. They were making fun of victims. They were going to like Knicks games and popular like sporting events and tweeting about it as all these people lost their money. They don't have access to their money. People had millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars like myself, and I couldn't even access it. And they're fighting with people and like responding to people. Like they were mean. They were just bad people, like true. So that's why I kind of feel like the sentence should be a little bit longer, but that's me. Maybe I have my own personal bias on it. I'm just happy it's done. Like I'm happy after I see this news, there's like a closure behind me. Or maybe for me, it's not going to affect myself, my life, my day-to-day stuff. Because I mean, the bankruptcy stuff ended like a year ago, which is nice. I've moved on. But kind of seeing this is like, at least the person who caused so much pain, I really think it should be a little bit more, like at least in terms of how much money he'd want to return or whatever it might be as well. But like 12 years seems kind of low. Although he's older. It's gonna like, it's kind of like the best years of his life are just gonna keep on going down from there. But it sucks, It sucks. But either way, he was recommended a 20-year sentence from the DOJ, like the Department of Justice, because they did all know stuff was over here. But he was sentenced to 144 months or 12 years. He did plead guilty as well for the 2 counts of fraud involving the manipulation of all the sell tokens and everything else involved the company itself. And as of right now, he is going to jail, confirmed, for the next 12 years. Now, once again, do I think he deserves a little bit more? I'm probably biased. Yes. I've seen so many people and so many bad comments out here. We're seeing like people over here too in the first place. You can go look through the subreddits as well. But like people, like their first comments 3 hours ago was like, the judge should force him to liquidate all of his assets and distribute equally to all the creditors. That is only just and fair. Very true as well. He's offering $48 million in some properties and some other stuff out there too. People are saying there should have been gotten life. 12 might be close to life though, because you'll be on the older side too as well. And just it's just a bad thing. There was a lot of these people got scammed. A lot of people were rough too as well. I don't want to be someone who's too much of an angry vendetta. It is what it is. If this is what the judge decided, is fine. But I think for me, as I mentioned, this is a really weird arc in my life. I think I processed this stuff enough. It's horrible. Like, my heart goes out to everyone else who was involved in this, involved in crypto. Please always be careful if you guys are doing anything with crypto in the first place. It sucked. This was a really bad period in my life. It was a really bad 2-3 years. And I do appreciate everyone who kind of stuck by me. Whether it's my Twitch stream, my YouTube community, everyone else, thank you. Like, truly, thank you. I probably could have made a lot better content. There's definitely days I cried. Like, there's a lot of stress, a lot of problems, a lot of everything. I had a lot of things go wrong around this same exact, like, 2-month period. But I've also had a lot of things going right for me recently. And hopefully a lot of people, if they were affected in this bankruptcy and this vibe, also feel the same. Hopefully if you have something bad going on with your life, a divorce, lost a job, whatever it might be, medical issues, family issues, whatever. I hope it gets a little bit better for you guys too as well. Because a lot of you guys were here for me when I needed someone. That's why I try to make a lot of content and be here for you guys if you need something. But this is almost a grand crescendo. Like, I'm not sure how much money I'll ever get back in the future. I did lose a lot. Sucked. But you work harder, try to make it back. Learn that money isn't everything. And you kind of try to go and find the things that matter a little bit more to you yourself. And I don't know, I kind of miss the creative freedom I had, you know? Like, this is more for my own personal side, maybe for my subscribers and who's watching throughout the entire video. I miss, like, me. I miss being me. But this is maybe, like, a little bit of a weight off my chest where I feel it's like a spring. It's like spring. It's finally new beginnings. Like, the world's coming alive again, and maybe I need to come alive again myself, too. But Alex Mashinsky, I think you deserve more than 12 years, but the man who did steal all this money from me is, well, at least going to be locked behind bars. And like I said, I don't really like having the idea of vengeance in my heart. I still think he probably deserves a little bit more. I'm sure a lot of people in these communities also agree to as well, for people who lost their entire life savings, retirements, retirees out there. I know I had a lot of issues with all of this. I felt horrible about it. But this is, I guess, the one next big major, probably one of the biggest major steps people can probably have into terms of closure is this getting done. So thank you guys for watching, I guess. Thank you guys for being here. I don't really know how else to kind of wrap this video on up besides, like, I messed up. I learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And maybe it was something that needed to happen in my life for me to kind of just appreciate what I really have a little bit more. Whether it's my money, my friends, my social circle, my family, you guys, everything. And it was a hard process. It was really hard for me to go through. So maybe we stop bringing it up. So I'm right about my Twitch stream. I mean, on occasions that is entertaining if you be fully honest, but, like, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I guess that's just the next step is finally done. So shout out to all the people in the Celsius community. Shout out to everyone who just watched this video. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully my next video is not about corporate bankruptcy and fraud, which I never would have thought I would have been involved in so heavily. But shout out to the DOJ for delivering some justice. Thank you guys for watching.